Let's windshield wiper our knees right to left. This could be small movement. This could be our knees touching all the way over to the ground. And then when you're back at center, let's lift feet up off the ground and to 90 degrees. Knit that low back towards the mat. And if that's pretty challenging, it's okay to slide hands underneath your hips to kind of assist, but also try to keep that core. Don't let that little adjustment lose strength of knitting that low back to the floor. Now we're going to try and keep that low back down and drop knees off to the right as far as you can go. So you still create, even though that back lifts and that hip lifts off the ground, stay engaged and strong. Come back to center, reconnect, re-knit that down, and then drop knees off to the left. Lift back up. Let's just go back and forth here. Nice and slow, controlled movements. If you can, use your inhales to lift knees back to center and the exhales to lower them over to the sides. And once you're even on both sides, let's pause at center and just hug those knees into your chest. All right, does everybody have a block handy? Lift it up in the air if you do. So I know. It's a block, it's a block. Awesome, okay. So now we're gonna take that block and put it between our hands, one hand on each side. Let's use the block so that your arms are closer to shoulder width apart. Rather than the skinny way, use it the widest way. Now, pick both feet back up in the air and then extend legs overhead. Reach that block overhead. Knit that low back down. We're going to alternate legs. So as we maybe lower that right leg down towards the ground, I want you to lift hands up overhead, but only go as far as you can to keep that low back engagement. And then you're going to come back to center. Then do the opposite side. Arms extend, one leg extends, and back to center. And now tie this to your breath. We're actually going to inhale, hover those limbs out, and on the exhale, lift to center. Keep alternating sides and keep breathing. I'm going to do about 5 on each side. Again, core strength is important here. It's not where the heights and how low you can get that block or leg down. It's more important to keep that core engaged. All right, after your 5th one, just set that block aside, but we are going to grab it again. Hug knees in, just rock right to left. Let's roll on up to a seated spot on our mats. Extend legs out into a V. Bring toes up towards you. And we're going to grab those blocks again. This time I want that block overhead, reaching up, and then we're going to turn towards that left foot and try to touch that block to our toes. You can touch it to your shin or your knee as well. And then lift back up, then twist forward, twist to the right, and lower down, tap that foot, lift back up. Keep alternating sides. Again, seeing if you can move. Exhaling, reaching. Inhaling, sitting upright. We've got a little bit of core work going here, some obliques twisting, also just incorporating some flexibility here, trying to reach a little further each time. And then once you're even on both sides, let's set the block down. Bring feet in, maybe bottoms of your feet touch, knees go out wide for cobbler pose. Let's hinge forward any bit, kind of pulling yourself into a stretch. Knees are going out wide. Elbows can kind of go into the calves or knees here. And then let's flip over onto our hands and knees. Spread those fingers nice and wide. We've got knees underneath our hips, wrists underneath our shoulders. Take a deep inhale, drop belly, kind of stretch out those abs after that workout. Gaze upward. And on the exhale, round spine, push the earth away. Do a couple more breath cycles just like that, adding any additional shoulder movement or hip movement that you want. And then coming back to a neutral spine.